tell y'all, first of all, GM to the death of them. Good morning, Gorilla Mob, GM to the death of them. You know what I'm saying? Illuminati's head boss in real life. On that Illuminati shit. West side, the best side, the west side of the earth. West side of the earth. The entire west side don't belong to the Western Plateau. You got two humongous land masses. One is in the east and one is in the west. And what separates them is Atlantis. See, this is why I got a notion that the Atlantis is all these songs. See, I think they dropped it. They in the Atlantic though. The so-called Ethiopian Ocean, Atlantic Ocean, whatever they call that water at this particular time. This the water that separates the two humongous land masses. These people try to break this shit down with lies to make this shit complicated, to fit narratives and all that shit. But you know what? When I learned how to goddamn do my division, shit, you know you have a reminder sometimes and shit, but you break that shit down as far as you can. Shit, 2 going to 4 2 times, 2 going to 5 2 times with one reminder. Like pi, 3.14, the pi. These people try to make this shit too complicated. They can make it complicated with lies. They make that shit complicated with lies, bro. So, there's 2 sides to the earth. The east side and the west side. And the dominant force on the east side is Asia. Asia is the east. The Americas is the west. You know what I'm talking about? Hey, what up, Giant? America is the west. And Asia is the east. And when you cross the earth again and make the earth symbol that represents its paradise, the earth cross. Once you cross it again, then you create northwest. Northwest sits on the top of the west. Then you create southeast. Southeast sits at the bottom of the east. Africa sits on the bottom of the east of Asia, of the east of Asia. So Africa become the south. And Canada can't hide no more. Then you can goddamn put your thumb on all them bitches that's in the Middle East that you can't put your thumb on because they come from the north. They come from the northwest. And the United States is not North America, that's North America. And they usurp you with this brick clip type shit, and you usurp you and name you the United States of America, but you say you North America. You're not North America, then you're in the West. And then you will see if you do that, the northwest tip of Africa sits in the West. That's why we had so much business with them goddamn bitch ass African ass Moors. But y'all gonna get it, but y'all won't lay it down. That's why goddamn Tupac, mama made sure his ass connected to this West. Huh? That's why Tupac mama made sure he connected to this West by naming him Tupac Amore. Tupac Amore was set in the West. That man was a revolutionary in the West, the Western Plateau. See what I'm talking about? See what I'm talking about? That's what's going on. So it's 2 sides, man. It's Asia and the Americas. And with mainstream media, with mainstream and recorded history, when they first started recording their history and tried to fuck up the old world's history with this new world globe type shit, but it ain't no globe. You see what I'm talking about? It ain't no damn globe. Well, still, it ain't no globe. But see, this how they start the economy. That's why the East runs the economy, but all the supplies are coming from elsewhere. All the earth materials and shit coming from elsewhere, coming from right here in this holy land that we live in, bro. This how they done freak this shit. This how they done freak. You see what I'm saying? This how they done freak this shit. The Americas is the holy land, bro. We ain't on no globe. If it is Antarctica, it sits behind us. And that ice sits in the west. Antarctica sits in the west. The tip, the peninsula of Antarctica is right next to the peninsula of South America. And when you look at these two land masses, y'all can just go do research and stop listening to mainstream shit and dig into the shit. The whole, that humongous east, Africa is connected to the east. You ain't never got to get on no water and then to go from the goddamn top of Asia to the bottom of Africa. All that shit connected. All that shit connected. And the water that separates us is the Atlantic. And when I get to the Pacific, Hawaii and Alaska, I'ma fuck this shit around. But ain't nobody listening though. I ain't just started this shit. This shit, I ain't just started this shit. I'ma fuck the Pacific Ocean up. Cause it's supposed to be wrapping around the bottom. I'll fuck it up when I get to it. I'm trying to get y'all to see the earth cross. The entire earth. Don't nobody travel south going down into no fucking ground. And don't nobody travel north by going up into altitude into the sky. But niggas when they going up north and they going down south. You stuck with these thoughts in your mind that you can't goddamn under the thought of niggas coming to you real with some real shit. That you looking at the earth from a top view. Ain't no damn planet. All folks ain't saying about no planet. You looking at the earth from a top view when they show you this shit. And they done just started all, they told me they got the same, they made these shapes so they can create their Pangea and make everybody.
There's an object on road ahead.
Even that white man in the north, he got to say he got 1% African in him because he got too much of that, he owned too much of that shit. He owned the motherfucker. The Congo, he owned all that shit. Them the ones that used to call monkeys and shit. Talking about you. They were trying to make you think you was a monkey. You ain't the monkey. You ain't come from Lucy. You the pure bloodline. You the bloodline that went to that Sahara Desert and brought irrigation and cultivated that land over there. That's who you is. That's your bloodline. That was Malcolm X scene. That was Tupac, Mama know. And we gotta see ourselves. All you gotta do is look at yourself. You ain't no fucking African. You ain't no fucking Asian. You ain't no fucking Greek. You ain't no fucking white man. No BC and none of that shit. We gotta, man, we the truth. Yo, down what they what they trying to hide from you, man. They do everything in the world to try to hide this shit, but it's over with. This shit over with. When you run that line from goddamn Canada to Canada, like I told you, you separate that shit, Africa become the south. Southwest, southeast. They in the east. Africa sit in the east. And then Canada become what? The north. Northwest. They sit in the northwest. That's where all them motherfuckers come from, the north. The Norsemen, the Vikings, all them white people came out that north, man. All them British people, all them, everybody in Canada got their bloodline gonna run theirs back to Ireland, Scotland. All that shit gonna came out this north. Over here where Bigfoot come from. Over here where they was on all fours at. Over here where they were born with horns and tails and hooves of feet. Over here where they was in the north. They wanted you to forget about their past so bad, so they got there and just said, fuck it. They just get that up, just give Canada up. It's just a big origin land for whatever. They don't give a fuck about that shit. We're Europeans now. We're no longer beasts anymore. We're Europeans now. We done migrated over here. We created this Europe shit on the continent over here on this other continent where we done migrated over here to the east. With the Orient. So now we're Europeans now. So when we start this history, we're gonna start with Eurasia. Yeah, Europe and Asia, we're Europeans now. Man, y'all motherfuckers come out there, no. Scandinavian and all that shit y'all know, y'all come out that north. But the north said, well, on the west side. And see, the Canadian Falls and the Niagara Falls, the Negro Falls, is what separate us on this side, on the west side. That would separate us from them, the falls. That's the separation. So North America is not the United States of America. If you think that North America, North America is Canada and all that shit up. Well, like y'all say, up there, y'all think they top of your head to the cross falls. They say that. Know what I'm talking about? They sit across those falls. And the United States of America sits in the West. And the West is paradise. And the West is the Holy Land. The West is the land that was fertile since the beginning. And what they try to do, they try their best as years go along to keep on saying shit is original. What they're trying to do is take everything out the West and make it be manifested in the East. Everything supposed to come out of Asia. Everything supposed to come out of Asia. Well, you know, them folks ain't never had shit. All you got to do is look at the exports and imports forever. Who import and who export. Who imports shit and who exports shit. Everything comes from the Americans. And they finally got a chance, goddamn, finally come to the motherland and enslave us on our own land and make laws where we'll be born into sin, born into debt forever. You have to goddamn never ever figure this shit out. That's all the fuck going on. This is the Holy Land. The Holy Land is the fruitful land. The divine people are the people that was in tune with nature. So those will be the people who tilt to the land. They want to tell you they already was talking when you taught them how to talk. Well, the language is so close. You look at here, you say mother, and then we say mata. Yeah, but y'all just gonna make up some shit that sound just like the shit that you just learned from me, bitch. You ain't know how to talk, stop lying. We had an oral tradition, man. Fuck an oral tradition. What? You had an oral tradition, but y'all wasn't doing shit. Y'all wasn't doing shit.
In 2 miles, take exit 19AB for Georgia 20 East toward Cumming.
Ain't goddamn learn how to talk to y'all got the alphabet. The first alphabet started with the labor, what they want to call laborers. But we weren't no damn laborers. We were doing what we do culturally. Get up and get there and go tilt that where the paper come from. I'm gonna turn it goddamn self. She gonna turn that dirt over on goddamn self, and then she need a little bit more black sauce. She gonna go find something and buy something and put it out in that car. Cause we ain't never starved. We ain't never had to eat each other, none of that shit. Cause we were born divine and in tune with nature. Yeah, we were born that way. We gonna keep some tomatoes. We gonna keep some potatoes from the earth. We ain't never had to hunt and gather shit. And we was in tune with nature. That's the difference between us and all the rest of these people. That's your divinity. That's what makes you divine. You know what you gotta get back to your divinity, understand who you is, and look at this shit. You know these bitches that played too long. They played too motherfucking long. So that's all I'm trying to show y'all, man. Is how this earth cross over. And how where the north and where the south really is. Africa is the south, southeast. Canada is the north, northwest. But it's two sides, east and west.
In half a mile, take exit 19AB for Georgia 20 East toward Cumming.
Tupac talking to me subliminal like a motherfucker, but I'm Illuminati's head boss now. I'm Illuminati's head boss, and I ain't no more dumb rolls, no drum roll, all that shit. Motherfucker, I'm rolling the drum. His paradise is where they think they got the keys to the west. Yeah, Key West. Where they find
take exit 19AB.
Come into the 1400s talking about this and that and all, and we savages and we eating each other up. They cannibals, so they make laws so much you eat each other up, so they get them the right to take your.
In a quarter mile, take the Georgia 20 East ramp to Cumming.
Your agricultural land. The croppers. Chocolate. chocolate, the croppers. Those the people.
Take the Georgia 20 East ramp.
The jewels of the earth, the ones who tilted the soil. And that what started the alphabet. The first
At the next light, use any lane to take a slight right.
The ox got to plow and tilt the land. That's the first letter of the alphabet. In the Hebrew alphabet, the first letter in all these motherfuckers' alphabet, because they got the alphabet from the Phoenicians, which is our bloodline to the motherfuckers are Negroes. But they don't want you, they trying to code your convergence, the Phoenicians away from you so you won't know. Them Negroes too, the ones that navigate the water. They're the gods of the water. They connected to the Canaanite.
At the light, take a slight right onto Georgia 20 East, Cumming Highway.
Everywhere we went, Negroes was enslaved. Everywhere we went, Negroes was enslaved. Even after going to goddamn civilizing these folks, Negroes was enslaved. Everywhere we went. Everywhere we went. Them Negroes. Then they'll tell you that the Negroes, the melanated people, they're trying to make you indigenous to their area. The indigenous melanated people built all those structures, the 39th parallel, 33rd parallel, all those structures, in that Fertile Crescent was built by niggas, man. We built that shit. Them Moors ain't built that shit in Europe. Them Moors ain't did that shit. We did that shit. We were looking out for them. We were looking out for them niggas. Them niggas the ones that brought Columbus over here to the west with that whole shit. After them folks found out they ain't had shit. After them folks found out they wanted the gods, they the ones told the world that the gods came from the west. After they finna get their ass tore up, cause they ain't have shit. They man, where the rest of the fruit and shit? Where the rest of them apples? Them motherfuckers call it everything they get apples. Apple, got more apple, all the fruits apple. They can't even talk. We say that's apple, man. Everything apple. Now they want to know everything. Well, all that shit y'all be bringing, all that shit y'all be bringing about the Mediterranean, man. Well, all that shit that, man, y'all thought y'all was the gods. No, man, we get it from the gods over there in the west, man. They be bringing that shit across this Atlantic, across this motherfucker. They got it going on over there. They got so much shit over there, bananas and shit, pineapples and shit. Man, they got so much shit over there. They fuck with us though, but we ain't got nothing though. Bitch, take us to them. That's why they brought their ass over there and brought them to the gods. Goddamn, we ain't on the motherfucking plug like that you don't get. You know you ain't on us because you goddamn gave the Holy Land up, bitch. I know you ain't no Negro, nigga. You a man, fuck a mo. Fuck a Berber. Fuck a Islam. Fuck on to my real shit. Y'all gave up the motherland, bitch. They got us over here enslaved right in the day because of that shit. Then turn around and said, the land of the West, that's where the gods come from. But then them bitches started calling it the land of the dead. The land of the West, the land of the dead. They all want us dead. And we all are dead mentally. Because we won't goddamn stand up and recognize who the fuck we is and stand this plateau back up and claim our corner of the earth. It's our corner of the earth over here. This Western Plateau. Yeah, the Americas. Fuck Canada. That's North America up there. All that bullshit. Y'all can have all that shit. We don't want Hawaii. We don't want Alaska. We don't even fuck with Canada. Canada ain't none of our shit. That ain't none of our shit. This is us right here in this West, and we good. And we the gods, and we got all the goods right here. That's why y'all treat us the way you do. Then you try to say we copying off you. You the culture vulture. Ain't nobody trying to be like you. I'm trying to be the opposite. That's why I talk the way I talked all these years. I can't understand what you saying, man. I know you can't. That means your ass not supposed to be the fuck over here. Now get the fuck on about my check. Yeah, you can't understand what I'm saying. You can't catch the whooping. You can't catch this lingo, bitch. Get the fuck on. Cause you out of place. Yeah, y'all mother be out of place trying to goddamn spy and see what the fuck we got going on. Cause y'all don't know nothing but to do but to copy us. Cause you the vulture. And we the culture. Fuck, nigga. Fuck you talking about? Yeah, we got the swag. The intelligence, the motherfucking architecture and everything else. We swagged up. You trying to cop our us. Then we came and built that shit and tried to civilize you, nigga. Y'all still go in on a nigga. Man, fuck that. I don't give a fuck about speaking no proper English. Cause it ain't about shit, cause the shit come from me. Then you holler back, you anti-Semitic. How the fuck I'm gonna be anti-Semitic, bitch, and I gave you so you use Semitic. Semitic is a language. Then you turn it into a people. See, you trying to turn that shit into an ethnicity. You trying to turn my alphabet into an ethnicity for yourself. Europe ain't even know Europe. Europe is Asian. That shit come from a Phoenician princess a Negro princess. And it turned into a mythological story. Then you start saying Europa. Then it eventually became Europe. And now you got all these Europeans around here that really ain't got no ethnicity to them because all y'all whole Asian. You all come from the north. You know European, you come from the north, bitch. No, y'all know your ancestry. You come out the north. The northwest. That's where the fuck you come from. You went over there north, went up from the goddamn over there and mixed the mingle with that goddamn Oriental. And that's your daddy. That's why Solomon Temple is in Japan. All that good shit. Been breaking this shit down for y'all. Y'all act like y'all don't understand what the fucking nigga say. No goddamn Europe. That's Asia. No damn continent. That's Asia. That's daddy to you. That's the brains behind all this shit. That's the animation of all this shit. He the one that animated the world out for him. First one gave him a Martian. First one gave him a goddamn fucking he didn't give him the Bigfoot. They already was Bigfoot. The Godzilla, the King Kong, the animated, all this shit animated. Then they the top-notch scientists, so what they say go. And they constantly trying to say shit is indigenous to Asia. That's not. This is indigenous to America. I was looking up a cat today. I looked up the Black Panther, the leopard, and the cougar. And they want that leopard to be from goddamn Asia so bad. They said that the animals can't cross a land bridge. They always make a land bridge, a Bering Strait and all this shit. Millions and millions of years ago. That's how the fuck the leopard's gonna be indigenous to America if it came from somewhere else. So I make that bitch tell the truth. But the actuality, that motherfucker is a motherfucking American animal. But if you listen to mainstream is designed for your ass to not ever know who you are. That's why it's supposed to be strictly underground funk, keep the crossover. You ain't never supposed to get it. This is the hip-hop, rap was our last culture to stay separated from these motherfuckers. And niggas gave it away. And I was one of the ones in the middle of that shit, in my age frame that understood this shit. The reason I have chips on my shoulder because these niggas gave a whole nother culture away. And look at the culture now. Because you let them little breakdancing ass, motherfucking goddamn graffiti writing ass, motherfucking jumping and jibbing ass niggas that want to be like you that ain't you. You let them into the culture. And let them take over this shit again. Gave it to the Jew. When you already are the Jew. You're the jewel. You're the jewels of nature. You God's jewel. The source is the sun. The resources come from Mother Earth. The source is the sun. That's the source. And the earth, the Heavenly Father be making love to this earth. And get all these resources that come from the earth for you to sustain yourself and be a steward, a good steward of the earth. And take care of the earth and every living thing that crawls upon it. And that will make you the jewel. You divine in that way. You're going to take your strap and go find a cat to go give it to. You're going to feed your worst enemy. You ain't going to let that motherfucker go home. Because that's your culture and that's your nature. These people don't know never war. Nigga go on one of these stores and steal a piece of bubble gum. They be running the children out the store instead of giving them a little can. Shoot them down. Kill them, hit them in their back. And then they stole the goddamn a juicy juice. Instead of saying, man, you ain't got to do that. You can have 4 of them. I know it's hard to go ahead down line. You ain't divine, bitch ass nigga. He holding the water fountain down there. I remember I first went in the store and see that unplug the water fountain. Shots ain't got to get no water, no hot water. These hoes ain't divine, man. Run little children out the store when little kid got money. You tolerate them. And that little fake smile you'll give them so they spend their money. Then you rush them about your little bitch ass store. These bitches probably ain't paying for their oil. They took all that, they come over here and set up shop on the Holy Land and just open up a gas station. That's all they gotta do. Oh, you got me, man. I ain't gonna get into talking violence this morning, but shit, I'm just letting y'all know what the fuck going on, man. The Western Plateau, we the divine people, the Negro, the alphabet can't fuck. You can't turn around and say you been talking without no alphabet. Then turn around and say, you taught me how to speak. You just use my alphabet to write your shit that you already been talking down. Bitch, we taught you how to talk, bitch. Fuck you saying. The first letter, that shit they be throwing, them little devil horns there, that's the ox, that's the A. Huh? alphabet. That's home. Yeah. A, B, all that shit come from our alphabet. The Phoenician alphabet come from here. The Phoenicians are Negroes too. That's the best thing I can tell you. I got to use the word Negroes so you know what the motherfuckers slaved out, nigga. They told was from Africa. But we ain't from Africa. Then we had to figure out that them Egyptians ain't African neither. The first Egyptians on that beach, was us. But we took that irrigation system over there and did we culture know how to do, grow crops. Then they call us some goddamn peasants for working in the field. Nigga, we ain't laboring in the field. Y'all, it made us hate our culture. Y'all got in that motherfucker and made us hate to go out into the fields and do what we've been doing forever. We've been in cotton fields, tobacco fields, oranges, and we the sharecroppers, nigga. That's our culture. That's what we do. Y'all came over and got on top of a nigga with that shit and make a nigga hate to do the shit now. Cause a nigga feel like it's forced labor. It wasn't no forced labor we were doing before y'all bitches got here. Yeah, cause this shit worth something. This the resource. But this life, everybody got to eat. Until you learn how to feed yourself, you not civilized. You gathering, you eating each other up. You the motherfucking cannibal. You the one eating each other up and all that bullshit. You the one that'll eat your baby. You the one that'll sacrifice your baby and drink blood out of skull to this day. You motherfucker. We ain't gotta do that shit. I ain't never seen no Negro woman starve. I always know them to have some greens on the goddamn stove. Some beans on the motherfucking stove, cause we got it. That's what we do. Cause we in tune to nature. And you motherfuckers like, now you wanna act like you started that shit. Y'all don't give a fuck about that shit. Had a few white people come in and started farms, took that shit, then got lazy and said, fuck that shit, we just GMO these motherfuckers. Y'all don't give a fuck about that no more. Just shit out all this shit down, all this shit animated now. Nigga eat GMO everything around this whole. Y'all ain't no motherfucking Jews, y'all ain't no motherfucking Jews. Y'all fake, y'all Jewish. Y'all something like me. Y'all ain't nothing like me. Y'all ain't no me. All you motherfuckers are goddamn mutations. Them African guys that monkey gene on y'all went and found the motherfucker that learn how to stand upright. That's why they man, that's the evolution shit. Don't put that shit on us in the West. We true humans. We true we true colored people. We're the colored people. The first man, the original man. From the real Western, I don't want to say hemisphere. But when you say hemisphere, you got to stand it up and put it in your face like it stand up like that. This shit is flat. We come from the West. This is our corner of the earth over here. And we the divine, man. Yo, that's what I come to say this morning. Now that's how you get Northwest and that's how you get Southeast. And that's why I be saying Africa is South. And over there, the Canada over there, that's North. And that's why all them goddamn Europeans migrated from out there north. But they want to say they control the West. And all the Western recorded history and all that shit. Bitch, you don't run no West. You ain't from the West. You from over those falls. That Niagara Falls. This is the nigga side and your side. I ain't split it, God did. I ain't split it, God did. I just see it. Yeah, I see y'all. Which y'all really are. Beats. The Orientals, they did, and they dusted there, and then they were dust over there. All of a sudden, they started building structures on them. Fuck out of here. They ain't had shit. They were eating each other up too. They were making a real good excuse for why they do it though. Well, we was doing family time, all time with family time. Yeah, you ain't the agriculture. You ain't the agriculture people. Then these motherfuckers over there north, they fucking animals. They run that shit right on down into their Sunday shit. Want you to go ride a goat. When in actuality, these motherfuckers fucking goats and sheep. These motherfuckers being born with tails and horns and shit.
In half a mile, turn left onto Georgia 369 East.
We the only ones that ain't got no motherfucking animal in our bloodline. The true divine people, that's why they hate you, man. They try to get you to get out with all the perverted nonsense and stupid shit they do. Most of y'all goddamn ain't got to go into this shit. Nigga really don't even want you niggas back. Some of you niggas need to go. Most of you niggas need to go and move over there to Africa. And then the rest of you motherfuckers on that holy road and shit, go on over and move to the Holy Land. If that's the promised land, you think that's the promised land and this ain't the promised land, why you don't go on to the Holy Land? Oh, they warring over that soul is war in heaven.
Turn left onto Georgia 369 East.
They got rocket ship trying to goddamn beat their way into a motherfucking place they can't go. These bitches can't go no heaven. We going back to where we came from. Our energy don't die. That's why they say return to the heaven, back to the heaven, portal to the heaven. The portal back to the heaven is that sun disk. That melanated sun disk that light this world up and bring life to it. That's what I'm trying to tell you. They can goddamn make up all the parables, all the parallel, all the shit they want to make up. But Unfed already broke this shit down a long time ago. And nigga can't disprove nothing the fuck I'm saying. We the ones gonna return to the heaven. Fuck I'm talking about. Yeah, that's what we going. And you can't get to the heavens in no rocket ship. You can't land on no star, nigga. Ain't no goddamn planets and all that shit. Everything in them celestials, stars. And the perfect star is the sun. Because it's the one bring the life and the light. Y'all niggas gonna get on that face and shit out here. Anything you latch on to that you get from them in that east, you gonna fuck up. Until you latch on to your ancestors and trace your ass back to this goddamn farm and put some seeds in this goddamn ground. And sow a seed. So I don't give a fuck, you need to grow something. You need to grow something. All you niggas need to get a seed and grow something. I don't give a fuck what you grow. Grow some marijuana. I don't give a fuck what you grow. All you niggas need to get in tune with nature. You niggas need to grow something. We need to beat the fuck out you. Grow something. Till some soil, or you ain't no God, nigga. Huh? Till some soil and grow something. You need to grow something, have patience and learn virtue and patience and watch it grow and nurture it. And nurture it and watch it grow and be proud of it. And then reap your harvest. And then you'll understand why they flip these words around, and now you sowing your seed into a goddamn collection plate and thinking you're doing some good shit. Talk about the next nigga. I don't be hearing that shit y'all niggas talking about. Y'all niggas be talking about shit. That will make the Bible. That's where you get your patience and virtue and all that good shit from. All them good rights about morals and all that shit. This has been written in Hebrew. It came from over here. The Hebrew, not the Phoenician. The Phoenician and Canaanite alphabet, all that shit is Hebrew. That's our shit. And they digging that shit up little bit by little bit every day. We the oldest, man. We the original man of this earth, man. We God's jewel, man. With that being said, I'm out this big, bro. You know what I'm talking about? The truth don't need no help. West side is the best side. It ain't gonna bend and break. I'm motherfucking folks. Never, nigga. The truth gonna always stand up, and I'm gonna help stand it up. You don't need my help either, but I'm gonna help stand it up. I'm gonna support it. I'm gonna support the truth, man. I'm gonna support the truth, man. And the truth is the rest of y'all business is mutations. My nigga was showing some Bible scriptures today. He was showing some scriptures today where the old man was talking about how they
in 600 feet at the roundabout, take the second exit.
How they made the hieroglyphs to fit. You know, it's like shorthand of Hebrew. It's shorthand. Yeah. So it can fit into those little glyphs where they put it on the side and they would change it up a little bit so it fit.
Exit the traffic circle onto Georgia 369 East. Continue on Georgia 369 East for 1.5 miles.
Why you think Moses shit was being translated? They transliterated that because they changed the name from Moshe to Moses. See? They translated the name from Moshe to Moses. And Moshe come from Moshe. Them motherfuckers that were doing all that ancient irrigation, drawing waters and making crops. See? Ancient time, that old school Peru shit, way older than Egypt. But they transliterated his name to Moses. But why you think they transliterate Moses' writing from a writing called Paleo-Hebrew? And then they turn that shit Semitic, and then start using Semitics as ethnicity. Start using language. Oh, they talk that, so that's their bloodline. Ain't no bloodline to what the fuck they talking about. Ain't no ethnicity to it. Ain't no lineage to it. Ain't no heritage to it. They took your language, called your language Semitic, then they become Semitic people through the language that you taught them. So how can you be anti-Semitic? Fuck you motherfuckers, nigga. We on y'all ass. Yeah, we on y'all ass like that in real life. You took my motherfucking alphabet and learned how to speak and got a language, then turned the languages, all the languages in the Middle East that you got from the West, from the people that traveled to Egypt, that y'all was goddamn warring against. You learn how to speak and start calling the language Semitic. When I I broke that shit all the way down the other day and asked them, well, who the fuck y'all talking about these Europeans? Who the fuck, what the Eastern continent? From Africa all the way up to the tip top of that bitch, including all the Europeans. So who is this Jew?
In half a mile, turn left onto Yellow Creek Road.
That bitch beat around the bush, beat around the bush, beat around the bush. And when I beat his ass up so much, that bitch said, I guess it gotta be a Caucasian, AKA white. They said the Caucasian, they said the Jews are Caucasian white. When he learned how to speak, when he became Semitic, he became Semitic when I taught him how to talk. When I gave him some letters and taught him how to read and write and taught him how to talk. And so they try to use the language as a bloodline of lineage of people. Ain't no ethnicity to no Jew.
Turn left onto Yellow Creek Road.
The ethnic Jew is the jewel of nature, which is you. That's the ethnicity. You got all your shit. You got all your evidence and proof you need. They still digging you up right now. They can't dig none of them folks up they talking about because them hoes ain't talking about shit. But anyway, the Jew don't need no help, man. You ain't gonna be break a motherfucking hole. With that being said, I said I'm up out this bitch. Stay up, my divine people. You'll find you the better. Hey, go grow you something. Get you a tomato plant. Just go grow something. See how feeling good to goddamn be in tune with God. That melanated bitch up there in that sky. Go tell them hi. I said bye.